Alright, my Oompy Loompies. I'm going to show you how I figure out what character is inside the Naruto Shippuden mystery hanger mystery bag. Okay. Some folks, some nerds, wander into the store with their little weed drug scale thing. And they put these figures on and they measure the weight. And there's 0.01 difference. That means it's this character. That means it's that character. What? Nonsense. Just cut it open and look inside. No, that's not what I do. I suppose you could put a little hole in it and put your light up against it and try to see into it. For my method, it doesn't break the rules. It's not illegal. It's totally legit. On the up and up. Okay, so what I do, it's very sophisticated. I poke at the face of the character until I know who it is. And you think, surely, that can't work. And you'd be right, except you're wrong. So they fill the bags, they fill them up with air. They're kind of pretty plump. For the purpose of, not being able to feel what the character is. And also, at the top of the figure, on the bottom of the figure, there are little plastic shims, I don't know what to call them, holding them in place. So you can't feel the top of them or the bottom of them, like the top of their head. So you can really feel their face and a little bit of their body, but the bodies are pretty small and not detailed, so it's all about the face and head. Okay, so what you do is you try to feel any pronounced feature, right? Anything that would be like immediately identifiable. So in this series, they have Gaara, they have Pain, they have Sasuke, they have Minato, they have whatever Super Saiyan powered Naruto, normal Naruto, Kakashi, shoot, what's the Red Fox's name? It starts with a K. Well, someone in the comment has to answer. Dang it, it's just gone. They have Obito, they have Itachi, they have Sakura, and they have Jiraiya, who's one of my favorite characters, but he doesn't look good in this series. He looks kind of derpy. Okay, so the characters that I wanted out of this are Pain, Minato, Obito, and Itachi. So I went into the store and I started feeling them. And Itachi, he's got his hair is parted and he has two big parts of hair coming down the side of his face. And I can feel those in this bag. They're very pronounced. So like if I put my finger in the middle, I can feel those ridges right where my fingernails are. And there's only two characters who have that. In this series, you can see it on the box. They have their pictures. Sakura has parted hair, and Itachi has parted hair, but Itachi's hair is much closer to his face, and Sakura's is out here, and this feels like it's much closer. Okay, so I'm sure it's Itachi. If I'm wrong, the shame, the anger, and on this one, I could feel on the face. I could feel ridges all the way around, and I could feel a little hole, a little divot too. So it's got to be Obito's mask with the ridges on there. I'm looking at the picture. So basically, I did this. I went in there, picked one up. I felt for anything that kind of seemed distinct, and then I looked at the images and say, who could that possibly match? So there was one of them that had right in the middle of the face. It felt like there was a gradual protuberance to one point. So I'm like, oh, that's got to be the Nine-Tailed Fox, who I need to know. I keep thinking Kamura, and that's not even a name. That can't be his. That's Kurama, not Kamura. Kurama. Yeah. And so I'm like, that's got to be Kurama. And then you can't really feel all of his ears because of the little shims that cover the head. But I kind of felt like I swear I could feel the ears. So I'm like, that's got to be Kurama. And basically using that, you can narrow it down. So another one, I couldn't feel much detail. I started with the bottom of the face and I moved up and I felt a straight line. And a lot of them have headbands, right? So I could feel a straight line. Okay, it's a character with a headband, but this line, I could feel the direction of the figure. The line was at an angle. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's Kakashi. And so then I looked at the Kakashi figure, and on his headband, he's got a little tuft of hair coming down on one side. And so I feel, okay, it's on an angle, and then I go over, oh yeah, there's that tuft of hair. A few of the characters have tufts of hair on both sides of the headband. This is the only character with one tuft. And so like, okay, I'm sure it has to be Kakashi. So like you narrow that down. Let's see like another example of one. Okay, this was the one that I had a hard time with. So Naruto and Pain in this series pretty much have the same sculpt. They both have the headband, and they both have the two tufts of hair coming over the headband, and nothing else super distinctive. So I felt a figure that felt just like that. And I looked down and I saw Pain has he's got long sideburns, and Naruto has short sideburns. And the hair is always 3D. It's always slightly raised above the face. So I started at the bottom and middle. I kind of moved my fingers out to try to feel those bumps where the sideburns would be, and I couldn't feel them. I could only feel the ears. And so I was like, I don't think it's Pain, and it could have been Pain, but I'm like, I think it's just Naruto, and there's no other character that it really would fit. So really, you can feel their features. Another one that was easy to tell was Soccer. Man, all their Japanese names are escaping me. Sasuke. So the Sasuke figure, he's got two distinct sharp bangs that come down, and then a ridge of hair along the side of his, like the long hair on the side of his face. So that one was pretty easy to tell because I put my fingers on the face and I went to the sides and I could feel those ridges, and then I went up and I could feel the spiky bits that were coming down. So I'm like, oh yeah, 100% that's Sasuke. That's really all you got to do. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to do anything else. And if the bag is kind of full of air, the more you press on it, the more the plastic stretches. And when the plastic stretches, there's more room. There's more room, so it's not as inflated, so you can feel around more. And so I sat on the floor of this store for like 15 minutes going through and feeling all of these. And so this one is Obito. It has to be. And this one has to be Itachi. So let's open them and see if I'm right, or if I'm going to embarrass myself. And you're saying, oh, that's stupid. I can't do that. You can. You gotta believe in yourself. Okay. And if I'm wrong, I swear. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we got Itachi, as I suspected. See how distinct, see how, do you see how much his the hair ridge is like raised? And how close it is on his face. So it was easy to tell. And I guess I was wrong about, these are the first I've ever opened. I had a couple that my friend gave me that were already opened. So I thought there was only this top part covering the head and the bottom part covering the feet. But I guess the whole thing's covered. But it's still shaped like the character, which, big mistake. If you're trying to get us to gamble on these things. Having them, yeah, so you can feel that. So look at this guy. Just what I wanted. He looks dope. People still say dope, probably not. And I don't know, you know what I hate are those Funko Pops. I think they look really stupid, and they take up a lot of space, and they look really stupid. And I think you're a big man baby if you collect those. So what you're saying, well, why are these different? These are not in the Funko Pop style, okay? They have normal eyes. By normal, I mean they're not just black dots. You know, they have accurate eyes to the character. Their head's not quite as square-shaped and distended. This would just be a general chibi style. And due to the small size, you can put them on a keychain if you're a big, giant nerd. But I like to hang them off my rear view mirror. Line up on my dashboard. I like to have little knickknacks in the car, not around the house, but in the car. Then when I have guests, when I pick up the ladies in the front seat, That happens all the time. They go, "Oh my gosh, that's Itachi. He's so hot." And I said, "He's not the only one, babe." And so, Obito, here we go. Because, listen. Okay, these are overpriced, way overpriced. These are $10. These are $10. $10 is the new dollar, for real. These are $10. They should be like $5 at most, but they're $10. So I never buy them. But this store had them on sale, and it wasn't even a great sale. It was buy one get one half off. I thought I wouldn't even gone into the store, but the sign said buy one get one 50%. Or is it, no? The way the sign was made with like big letters and stuff, like in my initial glance, I was like, oh, it's buy one get one free, so it's $5 for each if you can buy two. But I was wrong. It was buy one get one half off, so I still ended up paying $15 for two, which is really more than they're worth. But I've been looking at the same two dangling from my my mirror for like a few years now. I'm just kind of getting tired of them. So I wanted to mix it up a little bit and get Obito. Looks like I'm 2 for 2. And see, like, even the ridges are sculpted in the plastic. So if that plastic was just clear, like smooth, I wouldn't have been able to tell. But thank goodness, because if I had to gamble on these figures, which was my point I was trying to get to, I would never buy any of them, no matter, unless they're like $1. But for this price, I'm not going to gamble for them. I'm not going to pay $10 to get a flippin' Sakura, okay? Or like a derpy Jiraiya, if it was a good Jiraiya. But so, in this method, you can pretty reasonably determine most of the characters. I feel like most of the characters have defining things that you can feel and be 100% sure. I was 100% sure on these guys. 100%. And so now I got these two cool guys. Very cool. He's got the pumpkin face. So now you don't have to rely on the machine, okay? We're talking Dune, okay? We're not talking the Mechanicus. We're talking Dune, where you hone your human skills. These are human skills, okay? You don't hone your machine. You don't outsource your thinking and your abilities to machines, or else the machines will rule us. Bum, 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 bum. Nickelodeon.